This might be the craziest and most suspicious story that has happened all week, maybe even all month, and not for the reasons you think. It is suspicious enough that Trump pardoned the reality show couple, the Chrisleys, that were convicted of bank fraud and tax crimes, which we'll get into for context. But what's even more suspicious is also not that he pardoned another tax-evading criminal after his mother attended a $1 million per person Trump fundraiser, but get this! The most suspicious part of this is a 2-minute phone call that Trump had with the reality TV star's daughter, the Chrisleys, Svannah Chrissley, their daughter, and there are some incredibly suspicious and just mind-blowing moments in this call that we need to talk about because nobody else seems to be, even though this story is blowing up. So smash that like button and subscribe if you think that the rich should maybe pay their fair share in taxes rather than getting pardoned for avoiding them. And let's unravel this incredibly suspicious saga from start to finish.
Kaitlin, this just in. President Trump just pardoned a reality TV show couple that had been convicted of fraud?
Yeah, Jake, I'd been hearing about this about a month ago because Svannah Chrisley was in town around the Correspondents' Dinner weekend. She's someone who's a familiar face to people on the Trump campaign trail. She actually spoke at the Republican National Convention last summer. The president has just pardoned her parents, Julie and Todd Chrisley from the reality show Chrisley Knows Best. They had both been serving sentences since the summer of 2022. They were convicted of attempting to a conspiracy to defraud banks, other tax crimes as well. They had maintained their innocence and they had been fighting this out in the appeals courts, but they had been serving out those sentences respectively, Jake. And one of the president's top aides who sits outside the Oval Office just posted a video of him calling Svannah Chrisley to inform her that he would be pardoning her parents.
Right, and we'll get to the daughter and that suspicious phone call in just a second. But first, here is an Entertainment Tonight exclusive from back when they got their verdict. And just to give a little context about who the Chrisleys are for those who may not know.
Reality TV couple Todd and Julie Chrissley facing 30 years in prison.
You don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't steal.
There have been reports of you having said, just fix these documents.
That's not true.
The Chrisley Knows Best stars denied any wrongdoing in our exclusive last August, but yesterday a federal jury found them guilty on all charges in their fraud case. Prosecutors say Todd and Julie took out $30 million in fraudulent bank loans to fund their lavish lifestyle.
In a year, we probably spend $300,000, sometimes more, just on clothing.
Here are individuals that have lived this lavish lifestyle in the public eye and are still lying and stealing to get it. I think that can have a huge impact on a juror's final decision.
Todd's ex-business partner also gave bombshell testimony, alleging he and Todd had a year-long affair. Todd denies that, but legal analyst Julie Rendelman explains why it was significant.
It allows the jury to say, this is a fair reason why we should believe this person because they had a motive to help Todd Chrisley.
Is our marriage perfect? No, it's not, but we're not throwing in the towel.
But you know what they did throw the towel in on? The fucking law. I don't even have time to get into the irony of the fact that Trump has been convicted for similar crimes of defrauding the US. Because before we get into the incredibly suspicious phone call, we also have to talk about the incredibly suspicious manner in which their daughter, Svannah Chrisley, begged for their pardon at the Republican National Convention by using the same suspiciously stanky plot of crying political persecution that Trump did during all of his myriad legal scandals. Listen to how Svannah frames what you just heard about.
My name is Svannah Chrisley, and you may have seen my family on TV, but for the past decade, we've been consumed with a different kind of drama. My family was persecuted by rogue prosecutors in Fulton County due to our public profile. I know, Fulton County, they know how to do it, don't they? Due to our public profile and conservative beliefs. They accused my parents of fraud when really we were defrauded by a dishonest business partner who, let's not forget, the government gave full immunity to.
Yeah, who, let's also not forget, your daddy gave full entry to his butthole, allegedly. But that's beside the point, just like reality is to the Chrisley family here, because a quick Google search will actually show you that no, none of that was politically motivated. and they have not provided any evidence to support it. But now we have to talk about the moment you've all been waiting for, this incredibly suspicious phone call between the Chrisley kids, Svannah, and Donald Trump announcing his pardon. Take a listen to this and pay close attention, because there are some very concerning things in here that aren't exactly what you would expect.
That's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing, but it's a great thing because your parents are going to be free and clean, and I hope we can do it by tomorrow. Is that okay? We'll try getting it done tomorrow. So wonderful. Give them, I don't know them, but give them my regards and wish them a good life.
Suspicious thing number one, he doesn't know them. That's kind of hard to believe, given that they were reality TV stars and that Svannah Chrissley said all of that at the RNC. So what does that say about A, him lying, which we all know about, but B, and there's more evidence coming up about this, his mental and cognitive ability, if he doesn't know who these people are. Listen to how this proceeds from here.
Was your brother fighting also for this release, right?
Hey, I go to the University of Alabama, and I saw you speak, and I said, that's the greatest presidential speech I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, that's good. I was just there. I gave the commencement. What a great group of people.
Yeah, do you hear that? The brother that goes to Alabama comes on and says, I just saw your commencement speech at Alabama. It was the best presidential speech ever. And immediately after hearing that, Donald Trump goes, I was just there in Alabama. I gave the commencement speech there. Did you know that? That is not a mentally fit, mentally well man. There's even more evidence of this as this goes on. But
that school is really, that was very impressive when I was there. Yeah, I think I did a good job. I got a lot of good comments on that one. So that's good. I love doing that with great young people.
Kicked out of class.
Yeah, he got kicked out of class for defending you. It was pretty interesting.
Gee, I'm surprised because University of Alabama, if we took a vote, I'd get 90% of the vote, right?
You would. Exactly.
Maybe more, actually. And I hear they're terrific people. This should not have happened. So, and you
Thank
just
you so
take
much.
care. Boy, they have good children. You're no longer children, but I'll say it anyway. They have good children.
But how is the media not talking about this? About Trump's clear cognitive collapse on top of his already blatant corruption? It's bad enough we have a convicted felon, con man, grifter, narcissist, sexual assailant, predator who was probably on the Epstein plane as our president, whose blatant corruption and criminality is completely deteriorating any semblance of trust in our institutions or our country. To add on top of that, the fact that he is mentally declining faster than Rudy Giuliani's bank account is something we need to be talking about more and bringing more attention to. With that said, thank you all for watching and supporting our channel. Please let me know in the comments what you think about this. Share this so more people see it and it gets out there. And please drop a like, subscribe to the channel. For Really American, I'm Kenny Hesse. I'll see you guys in the next one.